Hi friends, I have another craft for you today. Today we are making sunflowers out of pipe cleaners. It's pretty simple, but it's adorable. So this one is made out of pipe cleaner and this is floral wire. This is made out of pipe cleaner, but this is a skewer. You can use whatever you have at the house. This is what I had before I got some floral wire, and this was the colors I had before I got my sunflower colors. Aren't they cute though? So this one won't bend. This one actually bends too much. So I have floral wire that is 22 gauge. The smaller the gauge, the stiffer it is. Well, 22 is too wiggly. So I actually added an extra pipe cleaner on the base to keep it stiffer. It'll be great in a vase, but I braided 3 to do today. So it's much stiffer. We're wrapping it anyway with floral tape. So let's give this one a go, but you probably want around 10. That's probably what we want. Not positive, but I think around 10 gauge would be great. So we need 6 yellow pipe cleaners, or whatever color you're using for your flower. And then we need 5 green ones, and we need 1 brown one. Those are the colors I'm using. But 6 for your petals, 5 for your leaves, and 1 for the center. So I have some extra here in case I screw up, but put that out of my way. To make your petals, you cut them in half. So I need all of them in half. Let me see if I got 5 here. 6. 6 for the petals. Okay. So I am just meeting them down here in the middle. Regular scissors work. Cut. Then we take one and you cut it, you bend it in half. Bend it all the way in half. And then we're taking the loose end, meeting it up to the bend end and twisting twice. Over and over and over. Bending, twisting twice. And we end up with little rabbit ears. So that's pretty simple, huh? So I'll repeat if you want to write this down. I could put it in the comments. I haven't gotten that far in my crafts yet, but anyway. You're starting with 6 pipe cleaners that are going to be for your petals. We're making sunflowers. So they're a yellow. They're a nice golden yellow. Fun. But you can do any color you want. I'm just kind of shaping them when I get them up here, but I'm going to reshape them when they're with the flower, when they become a flower. So I bend this half in half. I don't cut it anymore. And then I'm bringing up my 2 loose ends. So this means that how many petals am I having? I'm making 2 layers of petals. So if I have 6 of these, I'm cutting them in half, that's for my 2 layers. So 1 layer is going to have 6 pairs or rabbit ears. So we go like this. And I don't know if you noticed, but I'm not necessarily twisting them or bending them exactly the same. It doesn't matter. As in, I'm bending in the middle, and then this one I'm taking in the inside. And this one I'm taking on the outside. But it doesn't matter. They can both go on the inside. They can both go on the outside. You're going to get the same end result. So I'm making a total of 12 pair of little petals. Making them into my little rabbit ears. Just got a few more left. This is so fun. I haven't done a whole lot with pipe cleaners as a whole craft. But this was adorable. It's not expensive. It's flexible. And you know what? You can get down a rabbit hole for sure if you are looking these crafts up, because there's all kinds of different flowers you can make out of pipe cleaner. All kinds of different things you can make out of pipe cleaners. I think some people might call these chenille sticks. Chenilles? Something like that. I grew up with them being pipe cleaners. All right, one more. Awesome. Okay. 2 little twisties. Now, we have those 6. Now, I need 1 brown for my center. So all you're doing is circling it on itself. I just pinched one end in, and I'm twisting it around itself. Make a pretty little center. You could do those black-eyed, what are they called? Black-eyed pansies or something. You could do that with black in the center. So you leave a tail. And this is the size of mine. But they're all different. So you leave yourself a tail and you tuck it in twice. So it goes in the center. Pull it out. Put it back up to the center. Oops, lost my end. Hold up. There we go. Now, go back in the center twice. And you've got a little stick poking out. Alright, so, oops, that's my doggy. Alright, so I am just moving around my center till I like the way it looks. Just like that. And remember, none of mine look the same twice. So, if you're more consistent, that's awesome. Alright, so then we just glue them on. So we take some hot glue, put it around the center, and glue them on. So, I don't know if they'll all end up this way with needing 6 pipe cleaners. So 6 little pairs. But so far I've made, this is my 3rd one. And so far I like the looks of 6 petals going around. So you just play with it. It depends on how long your pipe cleaners are. These are just standard length. But 6 makes a good row going around. So we're gluing it so that this is the stem part sticking up, right? And we're going around. So be careful with your hot glue. You don't need much. This stuff just sticks right on. And one more. All right, pick it up. And I'm gonna press it down on my table. That's what we look like so far. It's so cute. All right, so you just lay the other ones on top. And then I was trying to stagger them, laying them on top. So one I staggered, one I put in the same, you know what? I can't tell the difference. So you do what works for you. I'm just gonna slide them in. I offset it a little bit, but I can't tell the difference. Layer them on top. Then we're gonna get to the leaves. 2 more. Press them down, make sure they're good and stuck. I got just a little nub sticking up. That's going to help us attach it to the stem. So, that's why we need a little nub. Look! We'll fluff it out here in a minute. Isn't that cute already? That is cute already. All right. Now then, let me show you what to do with this, with the flowers. I mean, with the flowers, with the leaves. All right, so we're gonna make these guys, these little tips on the top. So we're gonna bend one of your green in half. Remember, we need 5. We're gonna bend that in half. And then we're gonna come down, I don't know, like 1.5 inches, an inch, and we're gonna twist twice. See how I made that? Then I'm gonna come up and make another one the same length. Very similar to our bunny ear petals. Twist twice. Then I'm gonna take the other side up. Make it the same and twist it. So then we have 3 little petals, right? Leaf petal thingies. Then you take the last one that you had and wrap it around the other end until you're twisting all around. You got 1 little end instead of 2. And this is your little leaves that go up under the flower. And I'm gonna make them go together like this. Kind of looks like a chicken foot. All right, so you can get some really fluffy, that would look good if you can get like extra fluffy pipe cleaners. All right, that's one. But these look good. So again, cut it, bend it in half. Almost said cut it. Bend it in half. I'm gonna come down about 1 inch, 1.5 inches, twist twice. Now I got these guys. So I'm gonna come up, make it the same length, and twist twice. Come up, make it the same length, and twist twice so they don't come undone. Then I'm taking my extra one and wrapping it around. Just twist the 2 together at the bottom so you have 1 instead of 2 individual ones. Cute. All right. Now I'm going to go ahead and show you the leaves that are on the bottom. So you take one and we're going to cut it in half. Then we're going to bend this in half. And we're going to take another green one and we're going to go up there, up where the hoop is, and bring these guys together, bring our ends together. Then I'm gonna twist it twice, 3 times, whatever. And then I'm gonna fold these down. Don't worry, we're gonna do another one so I can show you again. So that gives me 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to flatten them out a little bit. Bring them together. And look, we have a leaf. So I'm putting them side by side so that they're not on top of each other. Just so I have a fatter leaf. And then bring my outside ones together. Then I'm going to take one and wrap it around these bottom ones so they all hold together. We want them to hold together. So I've trapped all the loose ends in this twist. That's the goal. And that's a leaf. Isn't that cute? Let me show you again. So, because we're gonna have 2 leaves, you take 1 green pipe cleaner, cut it in half, then bend both of those in half. Just bend them. Take another pipe cleaner, hook that hoop, and bring these 2 ends up together so they meet. Whoops. Easier said than done. All right, so we're bringing these 2 ends up together so they meet. And then I'm gonna grab it and twist. I wanna twist these together. So I'm trapping it, see? Then I'm pulling my long ends to the side. And I said 4, but we really have 6. We have 4 leaf pieces on the inside and these 2 on the outside. So I'm flattening them so they're not like bunched up on top of each other, so I can have a wider leaf. And then I hold it with my fingers and I take one of these ends and I'm wrapping around and I'm trapping all those loose ends. And then I'm just wrapping it around until I run out of wrap, right? Until it all blends into one. And I have a leaf. So cute. I can adjust how I want it to fill in that gap. Ta-da! All right, now let's put it together. So here's our flower. We need to add these guys on first. So we bend it so it's this way. And we're gonna glue it on. Glue 1 on each half of our flower. We still have this brown stem poking up, so that's our gauge. And we just glue it on there. Just like that. And then we're gonna put the other one on the other side. Put a little bit of glue on there. Set it down. Uh-oh, glued my finger. Okay. See? All right, now we need our floral wire. Ta-da! We're gonna put some glue on it and we're gonna stick it in the middle. We're gonna stick it in the middle, in between these guys. Oops, I didn't let it dry. Go back on there. That's because I burned my finger. It came off on me instead of on there. Get my scissors. I'm rushing myself. Okay. There we go. We are glued on. Now, I'm going to put some glue on the end of this and stick it in. Now, remember, it's braided because I did this once and it was not stiff enough. 10 gauge is probably good. Not 22. Now, I'm just sticking it in and I'm holding the other 2, these green ones beside of it. Sandwiching it. Maybe I'll add a little more glue to make sure it stays on there. Can't be a bad idea, can it? Because we are wrapping it with floral wire. So, I'm gonna wait here a second so it doesn't fall apart. So I added that extra glue. Holding it together. Look! Almost there. Very nice. Then I'm going to wrap this stuff around it. It's got its own little sort of adhesive, but I'm going to add some glue. Actually, my glue is still wet, so I'm going to just press it up against my wet glue. That's down here. And then we're going to wrap this thing so it looks pretty. So this stuff just wraps around itself. So we are covering up all those pipe cleaner thingies that are at the tip of this. And it reinforces our wire. And we're just going to go down and down and down and down. And again, if your wire's not thick enough, I think this will be thick enough. I added an extra pipe cleaner. And you can't even tell because I hit it with this green stuff. You can't see it. But it gave me some more stability. So I'm just going to go around, around, around. How far do I want to go? I'm going to go like this far. And I'm going to add a leaf. Okay, now I got one of my leaves and I'm just putting it right beside. And I'm going to wrap it up close to where, remember I wrapped the pipe cleaner around itself to trap all those ends? I'm going to catch that as I come. Bring it down, and then this will bend down. So I'm going to give it about, I don't know, this much in between. I'm going to try to put it on the other side. So I have a leaf on one side and a leaf on one side. And I put my second one in here. Then I'm going to catch it with my tape. Oops, go this way for me, buddy. Catch it with my tape. Make sure it's secure and then keep it going. It's looking good, isn't it? This braid, I think, is working great for my 22 gauge, but if that's all you have at home, you know, that's how it's going to work. How you can make it work. And I'm just going around, 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 around till I get towards the end. And then I'm putting them in a vase. So it doesn't matter if I get all the way to the bottom. And then I'm going to cut this off. And again, it kind of glues to itself, but I'm going to glue it. So in case it gets a wild hair and decides it doesn't want to glue to itself. And wrap it around. Hold it a second. Look! Isn't this adorable? Then you just fluff out. So I am going to take my top layer of my balloon, of my petals, and I'm going to raise them up. Then I'm raising up my second level just a little bit because my sunflower is not going to be flat. Then I'm going to take these guys and put my finger under them and make it like, make it puff up. Give it a little curl. We like curls. Curl it up a little bit. And there it is. Isn't that adorable? Can you imagine having a whole vase of these things or throw in a pop of color? It's fun. It's relaxing. It's not too difficult. The more you do it, the more you get the hang of it. And then you can just adjust the way you want. This thing will bend down so it'll come out of my vase. But this guy's not going to bend because I did it with a skewer. But this one will. Anyway, sunflowers made out of pipe cleaner. Hope you had a good time. Hope you make some yourself. I'll see you next time. Bye.